Nasos are doing great. They've pretty much gotten through quarantine. Now this one's hiding. They're out a lot today. I don't know if they're hungry or what. I'm in here pretty early. Um, so one thing you notice, there's a pipe and there is a hang-on back, and that has been my nori feeding devices. You see, I just take them out, rubber band a piece of half a sheet of nori, and then they pick on them. And I think I usually leave them about 2 days. I feed them red worms sometimes, but I don't. I've just been feeding them straight nori pretty much. Haven't done as many water changes as I like, but I really haven't done any. But I'm testing water. I've done one or maybe two. I think I'm gonna do one again. Just top them off with 5 gallons of treated water. Just get some fresh water in there before I decide to transfer them. I'm not sure if I want to transfer both. They're really pretty similar. This one's a little bigger, a little more outgoing, but I might transfer one into the display tank and then see how it gets along, and then do the, if I have to take him out, I could try the other one. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because they're getting pretty big inside, or he is, so we'll have to see, well, both of them. They're pretty similar in size. I was hoping these guys would be bigger, but they're really about the same size. So I'm hoping he advocates his spot as top wimpy dog. Sorry, camera's shaking. About February 3rd, I read all my notes in Sharpie. There's a ton. Is when I've got it to about 2.0 therapeutic levels. So it's already the 10th. And I had them in here for about a month prior. And I think I did 3 methylene blue, right? Yeah. Dips, because apparently they get cyanide poisoning and they have issues with air circulation. I think that happened to one of my earlier nasos. So I had them in here for about a month, I think. I kind of got them January-ish, around like the 2nd. I had them in a month. They looked great. They were healthy. I was just power feeding them, which might have helped. And then I noticed this guy in the bottom tank down here had ick. I pulled him out to do a blue dip. They're really shy. So next time I'm getting some dither fish for them. So I'll get like a chocolate. I want a chocolate tang. So I'll get a chocolate tang and then maybe a grama. Or a wrasse. I want a yellow coarse wrasse too. So something like that, where even if they pick on each other a little, they aren't going to be scared out of their mind the whole time. Because this is the most outgoing you've ever been, right here. But I did 3 methylene blue dips, and then I noticed on like the 3rd one that this guy had ick. And I was like, well, shit, I should have just started treatment pretty soon after. So I ramped up treatment, and I was kind of a weenie, and I did it really, really slowly. And I probably could have done it way faster. I probably should have, because I could be making the, what do you call it? The ick susceptible, or, instead of acclimating the fish to the copper, I could be doing the fish and the ick. But they've seemed real good. I guess I haven't treated them for flukes. Maybe I will do that quick before they go in the other main tank. But flukes I'm not too worried about. Kind of ick. I did get ick in the main tank. But he's been ick free for about a month now. As soon as I turn my UVs back on, which it kind of looks like they aren't on right now, and then I've been dosing a lot of hydrogen peroxide, and I haven't seen anything on him for over a month. But I didn't contaminate him. It's just like I turned around after unpacking these guys, and he had ick. I was like, "Are you kidding?" Never had any problems. And my whitetails got ick. It was awful. Or well, it wasn't awful. He didn't care. It was just stupid because I was literally unpacking the bag. So I knew it wasn't from these guys. Another thing I wish I'd kind of did is I matched pretty good. I've had salinity problems, but I matched salinity as well as I could with my goofed up salinity meter. Refractometer was kind of messed up. It's kind of off whack. So I got a new one, and I got a bobber, a tropic marine bobber that's super accurate, scientifically calibrated. So I've been using that to calibrate my instruments and stuff. Anyway, when I pulled them out, I matched the salinity, matched the temp, and what I should have done was then take a bucket from the water, put methylene blue in it, and drop them straight into a methylene blue bath for 30 minutes, and then just flop them in the tank. For my methylene blue, you see that trash can? That's what that is. It's not a PVC hide. It is a Walmart 1.5 gallon trash can that's ugly. And that's also, it's got a big opening but a narrow base. That's also what I'm using to dip them. I have 2 of them. They're in my bathroom with my fish stuff. And I clean them out, and then I put them in the corner, and then I plop in his heater, and then I plop in the air stone. And then once we get up here, I will steal the heater from there and an air stone from up in that corner. But that way it stays the right temp. He has air, and they hide under the heaters, and it's blue, so you really can't see them. They're not too stressed out, but I probably won't do methylene blue with very many other fish, but I've seen a ton of reports of these just dying on the 3rd, 4th week. And I think some of it also could be that people aren't really feeding them nori correctly, because they're like straight herbivores. And that's part of the reason why, it's so yellow from the tannins, because all I'm feeding them is algae. And that's a yellow light down there. But I haven't even been feeding them stuff with protein. A little bit of mysis. I had some jumbo mysis I gave them, and that was way shredded, so it just polluted the tank. And then I've been giving them red worms about once a week to kind of help give them a ton of protein, but the red worms don't decay very quickly, so they kind of have time to go and nibble them all up. So I think that's about it. That's kind of my tricks that I've been learning. I have just decided to sacrifice this jug to copper stuff. So it's got a mix of copper. And then I think tonight I will mix a fresh batch. That's auto top off right there. Getting the evaporation levels right so that it, what do you call it? The salinity finally goes from hypo to regular tank water. I think they matched. I did have this tank was out of salinity whack as well. So you can kind of see some of the mushrooms were the least happy. All those split. I even had some of my enthelia straight up died off. My SPS is looking all right. That's Cephastia, that all died, which is that was my biggest growing coral in the tank, and I was worried about overrunning all these cool, that green little group, that cool little green one, but it ended up not. Obviously, I got an algae problem. I'm dosing, what do you call it? And it helps, lithium chloride. I need to re-up on I stopped dosing when I was having all my corals went haywire, but that was because the filter, the PVC weir, not that side, but on the inside, they both clogged, probably from dying hair algae, and it raised like an inch up to the, not the very top, but pretty much the top. So so I had seriously low salinity, like 1.022, which is crazy. I didn't know corals could go that low. They probably can't, because over time they can, but they probably can't live in just 1.022. So I cranked it up. I finally, I didn't even know what was wrong. I just thought maybe I took too much skim mate out. And then one day for work, I was like, oh shit. It's like, no wonder it's making noises. It's like full. So it's pretty quiet actually. It must have been loud for a long time. So I cleaned them off real quick before work. And then I had a ton of water in the sump. So I let it evaporate, and it changed the salinity even more. So now we're here, but some of the projects is, I think I want to just get in there and grab as much hair algae as I can and start redosing lithium chloride. Look at them go. And then I want to get rid of all the Kenyas and Anthelia, because it's just out of control. I want encrustings. I want SPS. I don't want this junk no more. So yeah, that's about it. And then I'll put those guys in. Thanks for watching.